do unto others as you have done to you. Be courageous and be brave, and in my heart you'll always stay forever young, forever young. May good fortune
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Hudson 2000 Emily Rowan fans, Princess Katie O'Connell, Princess Tanya Chose, and Princess Christine Whitemarsh. Welcome to the Miss Hudson 2001 pageant. Your host for this evening. Welcome to the Miss Hudson 2001 pageant. Your host for this evening, the Executive Director for the Phipps Center for the Arts. Please welcome Mr. John Potter.
We appreciate you joining us for this year's Miss Hudson pageant. Miss Hudson and her royal court have been goodwill ambassadors for the Hudson community since 1949. They represent the community at several events, parades, and appearances throughout their reign. The royal court is often the first impression that residents of other cities and towns have of our community. They represent who we are. The royalty often share their knowledge about Hudson, the sites, businesses, history, and points of interest. People want to know about our community. They enjoy talking to these young ladies, and the court genuinely enjoys telling others about our city. The royalty offer this knowledge to thousands of people during their visits to other communities. Children from other communities, as well as our own, often view these fine young ladies as role models. Ms. Hudson and her court welcome and encourage folks to visit our community and share in our diverse offerings. But most importantly, the royalty reflect pride in our community through all of these activities. And we, in turn, are rightfully proud of it. This evening, we will introduce you to the 11 candidates vying for Miss Hudson 2001 and her court. We'll watch their final competition. We'll meet the pageant judges. We'll welcome the visiting royalty. We'll hear about the experiences of Miss Hudson 2000 and her 3 princesses. And finally, we'll celebrate the coronation of the 2001 Miss Hudson royalty. At this time, I'd like to invite the reigning Miss Hudson, Emily Rowan fans, to join me as we introduce the candidates. Let's meet the 11 candidates vying for Miss Hudson 2001 and her court.
Good evening. My name is Wendy O'Connell. My parents are Steve and Kathy O'Connell, and I'm very proud to announce that I'm sponsored by Barker's Landing.
Wendy has many different interests and hobbies. She enjoys her church youth group, volunteering in Habitat for Humanity, and outdoor activities. Captain of the girls' swim team this year and participates in track. Her future plans are to attend Century College and then transfer to the University of Minnesota. We're going to pursue her lifelong dream of becoming a marine mammal trainer. Candidate number 1, Wendy O'Connell.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kristen Ridley. My parents are Stephen and Janet Ridley, and I'm very privileged and proud to be sponsored by Lavender Times.
Kristen is involved with the Explorers program through the local police department, and she has started training with the local FBI agent. She participates in her church youth group, enjoys soccer, track, swimming, and spending time with friends. Her future plans are to attend Winona State University, and and major in criminal justice and minor in mass communications. She hopes to become a special agent for the FBI. Candidate number 2, Kristen Ridley.
Candidate number 3.
Hello and good evening. My name is Lacey Ehlers. My parents are Heike and Larry Ehlers, and I'm proud to be sponsored by Dave Holt Ford.
Lacey is very interested in our government, the world today, and how the system is run. She enjoys sports and spending time with friends. Her future plans include attending Century College to study law enforcement and become a police officer for the city of Hudson. Candidate number 3, Lacey Ehlers.
Candidate number 4.
Good evening. My name is Rika Bebout, and my parents are Carla and Mike Bebout, and I'm very proud to be sponsored by the Christian Community Home.
Rika is active in soccer, skiing, traveling, and volunteering at the Christian Community Home, and in the special needs classrooms at her school. Her future plans are to further her education in the field of special education or computers. Candidate number 4, Rika Bebout.
Candidate number 5.
Hello and good evening. My name is Carolyn Marlowe. My parents are Robin and Francie Marlowe, and I am very proud to be sponsored by First National Bank. Thanks.
Carolyn's interests include singing, cheerleading, running, swimming, and reading. Future plans include attending the University of Wisconsin at either lacrosse or Green Bay, major in psychology, and minor in business. Candidate number 5, Carolyn Park.
Candidate number 6.
Hello and good evening. My name is Rachel Zeal. My parents are Jim and Kathy Zeal, and I'm very proud to be sponsored by Jim Miller Construction. Thank you.
Rachel enjoys spending time with friends and family, as well as staying active by swimming, dancing, camping, and traveling. In the future, she plans to attend college and study interior design and business. Candidate number 6, Rachel Zeal.
Candidate number 7.
Hello and good evening. My name is Melissa Plucker. My parents are Floyd and Vicki Plucker, and I'm very proud to be sponsored by Econo Foods. Thanks.
Melissa has been a member of her school's dance line for the past 3 years. She enjoys babysitting and helping her mother with her daycare. She also spends time camping, boating, and being with family and friends. She plans to attend Century College to become a dental assistant and hopes to work in a children's dental office. Candidate number 7, Melissa Plucker.
Candidate number 8.
Hello and good evening. My name is Melissa Cody. My parents are Tim and Loretta Cody, and I'm extremely proud to be sponsored by Linkit Solutions. Thank you.
Melissa has many interests and hobbies, including cheerleading, band, color guard, and has been a member of the Girl Scouts for 13 years. In the future, she plans to further her education in the field of either teaching or accounting. She also plans to become a Girl Scout leader. Candidate number 8, Melissa Cody.
Candidate number 9.
Stephanie Copeland. My parents are Paul and Patty Copeland, and I'm extremely honored to be sponsored by Lindy's Hallmark Shop. Thank you.
Participates in a wide variety of activities, including singing, outdoor sports, rollerblading, and camping. She loves spending time with her family and friends. Her future plans are to continue her education. She enjoys working with children as well as accounting. Candidate number 9, Stephanie Copeland.
Candidate number 10.
Hi everyone, my name is Angela Heffron. My father is William Heffron, and I am gladly sponsored by the Ink Factory.
Angela enjoys spending time with her family boating, camping, swimming, and skiing. After graduation, she plans to enter the workforce in order to gain financial independence and enjoy life. Candidate number 10, Angela Heffron.
Candidate number 11.
Hello and good evening. My name is Heidi Handevitz. My parents are Andy and Colleen Enlow, and I'm very honored to be sponsored by Twin Cities Cigna.
Heidi is active in her church youth group. She enjoys band and sports and was a varsity diver on the swim team. She was also on the dance line at school. She plans to attend a 4-year university to become an elementary school teacher. Candidate number 11, Heidi Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, the 11 candidates vying for Miss Hudson 2020. It is now time for the final competition. Each candidate will be asked an impromptu question. Candidates submitted questions during one of their candidate activities. Ladies, you will select a question and read it to yourself. I will then read the question out loud and repeat it. Please state your name and give us your answer. At this time, I would like to invite 2 special guests to the stage. From the Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Northwestern Wisconsin, Little Brother Frank and Cody.
Candidate number 1. What place or event has been the most memorable to you in the city of Hudson, and why? What place or event has been the most memorable to you in the city of Hudson, and why?
Good evening. My name is Wendy O'Connell. I would have to say the most interesting place I've been to and the most memorable would have to be the Indian Hills. My mom took us there one evening when we were little, and we took a walk in the woods. She got poison ivy, and I'll never forget that day. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Candidate number 2. you had the ability to change one thing in the world, what would it be and why? If you had the ability to change one thing in the world, what would it be and why?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kristen Ridley, and if I had the ability to change one thing in the world, it would be hunger. I think that that's probably one of the most important things, and I feel that if everybody's hungers were met, it could change the way that we view everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Candidate number 3. Name one person in your life that has had a positive influence on you, and why? Name one person in your life that has had a positive influence on you, and why?
Hi, my name is Lacey Ehlers, and the one person who has probably influenced me the most is my dad, because he's always been there for me, and he has made me who I am today. Thanks.
Thank you, Lacey. Candidate number 4. The city of Hudson has so much to offer young people. What do you think is the best thing the Hudson community has to offer, and why? The city of Hudson has so much to offer young people. What do you think is the best thing the Hudson community has to offer, and why?
Hello, my name is Rika Bebop. I think what Hudson has to offer for young people these days is going down to lakefront. All the kids go down there, and it's a good place for kids to hang out without getting in trouble and have fun. And I'll always remember going down there during the summers also. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. Candidate number 5. The many Miss Hudson candidate activities you have participated in. Which one was your favorite, and why?
Hello, my name is Carolyn Marlowe, and one of our favorite activities for running a candidate would have to be the Big Brother Big Sister activity. This is an ice cream social down at Prospect Park, and we got to know the little kids, the two standing right next to me, one of the two are there, and we had so much fun. We played frisbee and got to know the kids so much well. And it was just a really great activity, and I loved it very much because I love kids. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Candidate number 6. Graduating high school in the near future. What do you think your biggest challenge will be in the future, and why? You will be graduating high school in the near future. What do you think your biggest challenge will be in the future, and why?
Hi, my name is Rachel Veal, and I think my biggest challenge will be after I graduate, be trying to adjust to the move and everything. I've lived here all my life, but I think it'd be very hard for me to just move on to a new place. And I think that's probably going to be the biggest thing for me to adjust. But I'm very good at meeting new friends, and I think that'd be okay. Thanks.
Candidate number 7.
What do you think the biggest change the Hudson community has seen in the last 10 years, and why? What do you think is the biggest change the Hudson community has seen in the last 10 years, and why?
Hi, my name is Melissa Plucker, and the biggest change that has come to Hudson is that there's so many people and so many new buildings coming in, and just that's the biggest change. Thanks.
Thank you, Miss. Candidate number 8.
What is the best advice you have ever received, and why? What is the best advice you have ever received, and why?
I think the best. Oh, hello, my name is Melissa Cody. Thank you for coming. The best. What was the question?
What is the best advice you have ever received, and why?
The best advice I've ever received is always have a good attitude and reach for your stars, and always have a positive attitude when you go into things, and never be down on yourself. Always think of yourself as a good person no matter who you are, and that was from my mom. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Candidate number 9.
As a candidate for the Miss Hudson 2001 pageant, what have you learned about yourself from this experience? How will this experience help you in the future? As a candidate for the Miss Hudson 2001 pageant, what have you learned about yourself from this experience? How will this experience help you in the future?
Hello, my name is Stephanie Copeland, and what I've learned from this experience is to always be yourself and smile. And whatever you do, it's okay. I think this will help me in the future because you always want to be yourself when you're meeting new people, otherwise they're never going to know the real you, and that's how you gain their trust. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Candidate number 10.
What do you think are the most important attributes of members of the Hudson royalty, and why? What do you think are the most important attributes of members of the Hudson royalty, and why?
Good evening, my name is Angela Heffron, and it's a really hard question, by the way. But honestly, I would have to answer, knowing the candidates so far and meeting the members of the Hudson royalty and our sponsors and everybody, it's fun to get to know the people, and it's just great to have their personalities come out, and they're not afraid to help you. So the one thing I always learned was always ask questions, and that's gotten me this far. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela.
Candidate number 11. What is the most memorable news event that has happened in the past year? And why was that important to you? What is the most memorable news event that has happened in the past year? And why was that important to you?
Hello, my name is Heidi Handevitt. The most memorable news that I can remember would be for me making the Raiders captain. That just means a lot to me because I always like to dance and I love it. Thanks.
Thank you, Heidi.
This completes the final competition. The judges will now take a short break to make their final decisions. Before they are escorted out, I would like to introduce them and share with you the criteria used for making their decisions. They are seated in the back of the theater. The first judge returns to the Miss Hudson pageant after she graciously judged the pageant last year. Dr. Joan F. Kennedy. Dr. Kennedy is a corporate consultant on diversity and a Native American storyteller. She recently retired from the University of Wisconsin River Falls as the Director of Field Placement for Student Teachers. Our second judge currently holds the title of Mrs. Wisconsin U.S. Globe 2001. Emily Knutson, a resident of Amory, Wisconsin, has dedicated her reign to the WIN Foundation, which deals with domestic violence. Through WIN, she has visited area women's shelters and has counseled women. Mrs. Knutson currently directs the St. Croix Falls dance team and works as a medical assistant. She is also a dedicated wife and mother. Our third judge is Paul Pruitt. Paul manages human resources for Skill Tech of Madison. Mr. Pruitt studied at the Eastman School of Music in Rochester, New York, and majored in vocal performance. He has performed as a singer-actor with the Minnesota Opera and has toured with several productions and companies. Mr. Pruitt has been the MC for a variety of events, including the Miss Austin Scholarship Program for the last 4 years. The candidates began their competition with an interview on Monday evening with the judges. Judges will make their decisions based on stage presentation, personal interview, attitude, and friendliness. The judges will now be escorted out of the theater to make their final decisions. At this time, I would like to introduce Randy Morissette, Miss Hudson Committee Chair.
Thank you. I get the opportunity to invite and thank the visiting royalty to stand as I read your names off, and forgive me if I butcher them. So, starting off with Woodville, Queen Denise Clouderman, Princess Sarah Benton, Princess Patsy Freeland, and Princess Heidi Krieger. From Duran, Queen Gina Winters and Princess Kayla Dangzinger. From Osceola, Queen Mary Cook, Princess Emily Knudsen, Princess Jenny Holmquist, and Miss Congeniality Amanda Marat. From the North Hudson Pepperfest, King Stan Dom, Queen Jenna Evenson, Princess Heidi Jones, 1999 North Hudson Pepper Festival, Princess Jenny O'Meara. From the 1999 Miss Hudson Royalty, Queen Jamie Waters. Carly Dawn. Genealogy, Jamie Livermore. And from the 1998 Miss Hudson, Peggy Swezek. Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. The Miss Hudson Committee is extremely honored to have members of the Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Northwestern Wisconsin here this evening. The candidates have had the opportunity to participate in events with Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and this organization has helped with ushering tonight. The committee looks forward to a continued partnership with this program. Please stand, members of Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Once again, I would like to introduce the 2000 Miss Hudson Royal. Miss Hudson, Emily Rowanvan. Princess Katie O'Connell. Princess Daniel Gross. Princess Christine Whitemont. They will share some of their experiences with you and bid their farewell.
Welcome and good evening. I'm 2000 Miss Hudson Princess Christine Whitemarsh. I would like to begin with thanking my sponsor, Alamo Salon. They were always there to support me and always made sure my hair looked good. Thank you so much, Bonnie, Nicole, Krista, Candace, Phyllis, Mindy, Holly, and everyone. Secondly, I would like to thank Solberg Photography for generously donating their time to take our individual and group photographs. I would also like to thank the Hudson Chamber of Commerce for all of their support, funding, and generous scholarships. Finally, I would like to thank our royal families. They have done so much for us throughout the year, and we appreciate it more than they know. Our dads are always there, ready to fix the float and come up with the latest contraptions to make it bigger and better, and keep it from burning down. And to our moms for the immense amount of work and time they put in. Every time you turned around, one of them was there, snapping pictures. They always made sure we had enough water and that we weren't in the sun too long. We really appreciate all that you've done. Along with our brothers and sisters who came, even though it may not have been their choice. I think they can now all set up the float with blindfolds on. They've done it so much. Thank you. It means a lot to all of us. I would also like to thank my family and grandparents for their love and support. It has meant so much to me. My brothers, BK and Matt, were always there for me. They were, of course, typical brothers and not always excited about giving up their Saturdays to sit through a long parade. But they always came and helped, especially when they got to work the smoke machine and waved to people from the truck along the parade route. I love you guys. Dad, you always came and waved to your public. You always led my cheering section, and it means a lot to me. Thank you for your love and support. Mom, where do I begin? You've done so much, doing the slideshow, taking pictures, and always being there to have fun with the girls, and just being there for me through good times and bad. I love you. It seems like just yesterday, I was on stage with these girls by my side, all of us nervous, hoping to hear our name called. And then they said it, and as I slowly walked to the front of the stage to accept my crown, I was filled with many different emotions, but nothing could have prepared me for the year I was about to experience. Our first parade, Roberts, all of us excited to start the year, but extremely tired as we just had our senior online party, which meant we got no sleep. The parade was then rained out, and we all thought, oh no, is this a terrible omen? We thought our year might be like that, but luckily for us, in the next parade, the sun shined brightly upon us, and we began our summer parade circuit. Throughout the summer, we had many wonderful experiences. We slid down slides in formal dresses. I learned what pop rocks and funnel cakes were, and we were always the first ones on stage singing, dancing, talking, and even one time performing the school song on stage. I think I've lost count of the times we've sung Brown Eyed Girl, and of course we swan dance at every possible moment. We survived the bugs in Arkansas, twirling umbrellas. They never did let me keep my balloon. We were even abducted by aliens in Elmwood. We met so many people along the parade routes, even in cars, and many experiencing the crown round. Kenya was my second mom. You know what I mean? Dancing the night away in River Falls was a night I'll never forget. With the Vulcans and the dweebs, who could ask for anything more? And we always managed to come up with the perfect new poses for pictures, as you saw in the slideshow. But then it was off to college for all of us. And yes, I finally did decide on which school to go to, so I couldn't stop wondering. But we went out with a bang as Tanya and I went bungee jumping, and all I can say is, what's up? Then came Halloween, and what better to be than Disney princesses? Although the costume planning, we forgot that it was October in Minnesota, and probably the coldest Halloween ever. We then had to say goodbye to our boat, which brought so many memories of its own. A few times the smoke coming from it was not from the smoke machine, but from the float itself. We had to stop in the middle of the parade route to put the fire out. But we loved our boat and all the moments that came with it. I feel blessed to have been able to spend my summer with these three wonderful girls and share in the experience of having a girl's dream of being a princess come true. We were able to have so many experiences and opportunities that were once in a lifetime, and I will remember forever. These girls are one of a kind, and I know that I'll always be able to count on them. Emily was always there giving us advice on how to keep us from smiling by making horse sounds, or giving unique, queenly greetings to passing cars. Katie was always there with the biggest hugs, always so excited to see us. How could any of us keep from smiling? And Tanya, where do I begin? We've done so much this year. We always manage to have fun in any situation. I'll never forget the memories we have made. I'm so glad I got to share in this fantastic opportunity with these extraordinary girls. And so, as I say my final goodbye, I know that I will forever be able to look back on these moments with a smile, and all of you hold a special place in my heart. So for the last time, I'm 2000 Miss Hudson Princess Christine Whitemarsh.
Good evening. I'm 2000 Princess Tanya Trost, and I would like to start off by thanking some very important people from this past year. I would like to thank my sponsors, San Pedro Cafe. Without them, this last year would not have been possible. I would also like to thank Judy Elger and her family for making our royalty sweatshirts, t-shirts, and tank tops. I would like to thank all the area businesses for their donations, the 2000 pageant coordinator, Laura Foster, who's wonderful, Mark Koski. I would also like to thank Mary Claire Olson and John Potter, who was our talented MC for the night. I would like to give special thanks to my grandparents for being so involved. Thanks, Grandpa, for videotaping us, and thanks, Grandma, for the neat little bags. Thank you also to the other royalty families, the O'Connells, the Whitemarshes, and the Roseances. You are what made this year possible for all of us. Without you, we simply would have been a mess. And lastly, but certainly not least, I would like to give a huge thanks to my family. Thank you so much for supporting me and believing in me. I would not be who I am today without all that you've done for me. I love you guys. And oh yeah, thanks, Mom, for all the laughs. Now, on to my girls. I honestly don't think that I could have asked for a better court. These girls are my family for the summer. They were my best friend. I'll start with my Queen Emily, or should I say, my babysitter. She was always making sure what we did was princess-like, even though she really had nothing to worry about. Oh, and Emily had this thing she did. Chris already talked about it. She said it helped her smile during those long parades. It's kind of like this strange sort of clicking noise. But as strange and as weird as it really was, by the end of our summer, we were all doing it, and it really helped. Then there's Katie. She has been one of my good friends since the 9th grade, and when she was crowned along with me, I couldn't have been happier. We have had so many good times this last year, whether it be dancing on the stage with the dweebs in River Falls, or waving at those cute boys we passed by on the parade zone. Whatever it was, we had so much fun. She was always there for me whenever I needed to talk, or even just to give me a simple back rub. Thanks, Pete. And finally, there's Chris. You have to understand that Chris was a very sheltered and deprived child. One such thing that every child should be exposed to is Pop Rocks. You know those little candies that pop in your mouth? Well, Chris had never had them before until this summer, and she just thought they were the neatest thing. We still love you, Chris. Chris also had this obsession with balloons. She talked about that. She always had to have a balloon at all the parades we went to, but the rest of us thought it was really immature, so we would pop them all the time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's been so many memories I have with these girls, I could not even begin to share them all with you. This last year has gone by so fast, but it's been one of the greatest and most rewarding experiences of my life. Thank you to everyone that contributed to this last year, and thank you so much to my court, for you will always have a place in my heart. And for the last time, I say to you, I am Miss Hudson 2000 Princess, Tanya Trost.
Good evening. I am Miss Hudson Princess 2000 Katie O'Connell. I'd like to start off by thanking a few people that contributed to our wonderful year. Thank you to Susie Nelson. Susie had a very large part. She let us know everything we needed to know to have a successful and somewhat smooth running year. Along with Susie, we had help from our whole family. Ed, Michelle, Jake, and Nicole. Thank you guys for all of the kindness and support and all the things you made possible. Thank you to all the surrounding communities for being so welcoming and inviting us to your teas and parades. I don't think there was a single one we didn't have fun at. It's hard now to remember everyone that we met. There are those that will be unforgettable though. Overall, it was very nice to meeting everyone, and thank you for having us. Also, thank you to the Hudson Boosters for their sponsorship and support. A big thanks to County Market for sponsoring me and also for all their donations towards our tea. We all greatly appreciate it. Also, a very big thanks to the royal families for all the love and support you gave us, for all the pictures you took, and for taking us to and from parades. Randy and Kenya, Mary and Brian, Jane and Roger, thank you so much for everything. And of course, I'd like to thank my parents. Thank you for believing in me, loving me, supporting me, and just plain taking care of me. I love you both so very much. Winning this title and crown meant so very much to me. Thank you for this opportunity to represent Hudson. Plus, I couldn't have asked for a better court to spend my year with. These girls that are standing by my side right now, they are truly wonderful people in their own little way. Okay, I'm not gonna cry. I would like to share a little bit about them. Tanya's been my friend since 9th grade. Sorry. I was so very happy when she got crowned. Tanya's funny, beautiful, and can eat a whole lot. And we have pictures to prove that. She's always making faces and making us all laugh. You made this year so much fun. Thank you, and I love you. Okay. Now on to Chris. 1 minute she can look cute and innocent. The next, strikingly gorgeous. She's a great person, always up for having fun, and always tilting her head to one side, posing for pictures. We still love you, though. Thanks for all the laughs, Chris. I'm really going to miss it. But I'm not sorry for popping your balloons. And Emily, our queen. What can I say? I know you said you were our babysitter, but you have to admit we never really needed one. Thank you for caring and sometimes worrying and giving us your queenly looks and advice. We all had so much fun. I would like to mention all the fun we had with the wild and crazy Vulcans. There was never a dull moment with those guys around. Thank you guys. Thanks again to everyone that made our year such a blast. I will never forget it. So for the last time, I am Miss Hudson Princess 2000, Katie O'Connell. All right, guys. This being my last hurrah, per se, I'm going to make this short and sweet, if that's all right with you. Before I make my final farewell, there are some people that absolutely need to be thanked for the year that we have had. First of all, if I could have Susie Nelson come up here for a second, just to be recognized for all of her work this year. Countless hours of organizing us, or at least attempting to organize us. And all of her hard work to coordinate all of our appearances is greatly appreciated. And this is also her last year, so I should just mention to have a happy retirement. Second of all, Beverly Torgerson actually made our dresses that you see on us today that we wore during our reign, and went above and beyond all that we asked her to do to make our dresses, and made us little bags and little bows on our dresses and little secret snaps and stuff. So thank you very much for those. Thirdly, to my sponsor, First National Bank of Hudson, thank you so much for sponsoring me and for supporting me throughout the year, and for the gorgeous bouquet that I got after I was crowned. Thank you so much for sponsoring me. And fourthly, to my court. It's been a crazy, wonderful year that I will never forget. Thank you for the memories and all of the pictures. I'm sure we will never, ever, ever forget this and go back when we have little children and say, these are my princesses. And good luck to you guys wherever life may lead you, and know that I will always be here if you need a babysitter. Most importantly, I'd like to thank my family, who, mainly my parents, but also my brother and sister, for the hours that they have dedicated to me and this court, putting up the float, taking down the float, driving the float, taking pictures, always having food and water with us, and always making sure that I had my gloves or my crown or everything else that I forgot. Hopefully this is a little bit of the thanks that you deserve, and I know there aren't enough thank you speeches in a lifetime to thank you for what you've done for me, but I love you very much, and I thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Finally, I need to thank all of you. You have no idea how many people have complimented us on what a beautiful town we live in, and I thank you for allowing me to represent the beautiful city of Hudson, and represent it in a way that is directly related to the heart of this town. And the people matter the most, and by interacting with you all and with the surrounding communities, we have hopefully done what we were meant to do. This honor that has been given to me was not taken lightly. To sit on that float and know that I was representing the most beautiful little city in Wisconsin was something that I will never forget. The response that we received was amazing. People would come up, just anybody, and they'd say, "Oh, you're from Hudson, let me tell you about this time that I blah, blah, blah." And they just all these different stories, and it was just a real joy for us to represent you, and I just thank you so much for that. So I'm going to leave you tonight with a little something to think about. I'm going to be a teacher, so I have to give you an assignment.
Emerson once said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." As I put this experience in my box of what lies behind me, I will do so with a smile. It has been an amazing year. Not because of the parades or because of the pretty dresses and the crowns, not because of the spotlight that I've shared with these girls, but because I got to be with the people that I was crowned to serve and represent. I've learned more about what lies within me by the relationships that I have made. And these relationships mean much more to me than all of the time that we spent smiling and waving and wearing my crown on my head, although that has its place as well. I just thank you tonight and sign off as your 2000 Miss Hudson Queen, and have a wonderful evening, and I hope that God blesses you as much as He has blessed me this year.
The Miss Hudson Committee wishes to thank the Miss Hudson 2000 royalty for being goodwill ambassadors for the Hudson community, as well as for their time and dedication. Each member receives a scholarship and a portrait compliments of Solberg Photography. The Miss Hudson 2001 Pageant Committee would like to extend a special thank you to all of the pageant sponsors, candidate sponsors, and those that gave so freely of their time to produce the pageant this evening. It is now the moment we have all been waiting for, the coronation of the 2001 Miss Hudson royalty. Once again, the 2001 invite everyone to join the 2000 Miss Hudson Court and the newly crowned 2001 Court in the River Room following the pageant for refreshments and photo opportunities. I will now ask the judges for the envelopes. The judges have selected one queen and 3 princesses. I will ask Princess Katie O'Connell to select one of the princess envelopes. (2001) Princess Kristen Ridley. To select one of the remaining princess envelopes. (2001) Hudson Princess Wendy O'Connell. Christine Whitemarsh will crown the final princess. 2001 Hudson Princess, Carolyn Martin. 2001 Queen. (2001) Miss Hudson, Stephanie Cook. 2001 Miss Hudson Royal.